Morning, everybody. If you're doing this as a rerun, or if you're watching this not live here, you can skip ahead 14 minutes. Okay. All right. Just getting my ducks in a row here this morning. It is a bit on the chilly side this morning. Got some snow. What a 15 below with the wind chill this morning is what it looks like here. 3 below. It is a whopping 10 degrees here in the studio. Yeah. Morning, Waylon. Let's see here. What do we got going on here? Trying to keep all my ducks in a row. Lucky if I can even find ducks. Mr. Mayor, good morning. It's chilly out, isn't it? How are your roads over in Mobridge? Waylon, how are yours up that way? The gravel roads out here just are icy, man. They are slick. Brian, good morning. 3 above in Mobridge. Good morning, Karen. Where's I going to go? Road reports. Here it is. Ooh. Well, that's going to be fun today. Okay. All right. Looks like just the southwest corner of North Dakota. Let's go to South Dakota. Is kind of the same way as we are here. Montana is about the same. Okay. Good here. Town slick spots. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess that time of the year. We had quite a little rain over here, and then it froze up, and then it rained on top of it and froze up again. And holy moly, we got rid of our snow. And then last night, the snow system came through, and it's white again. Yeah, pretty much. Let's see. Mike, good morning. Morning. This little milk house heater behind me here, that doesn't really put out enough to... It's better than nothing, I guess, you know. Well, let's do our daily dose here this morning. 6 years running. I was supposed to be dead in 6 months, according to the naysayers of ivermectin. Maybe they were just hoping that. -4 in Bismarck, -3 here. Usually we're warmer than most of North Dakota. What's going on over here? Good morning, Wayne. All right. Let's get Cory on here, see if he's ready to go this morning. It's loud. Be interesting to see who still has phones in their house.
Hello.
Morning, Cory. Scott here.
Morning.
We're live on our YouTube channel right now, so
okay.
Just so you know, I got a question. It says, "Do earmuffs have the luxury of heat and audio?" So my wife's dog, I'm gonna say my wife's damn boxer dog, got into my studio the other day and chewed up my earbud headphones pretty drastically. So I had to pull out the old Sonys here, and get this, they don't have any ear pads on them at all. So they are very uncomfortable. So I got some new headphones coming. You know, when you live out in the middle of nowhere, Cory, you can't just whip into a Best Buy or someplace or a Walmart and buy headphones.
Yeah.
You got to dig some stuff out of your old backpack that you forgot you had.
Yep. I have one set of earbuds I like, so I've ordered like 4 sets of them. Just because I lose them.
No.
You know, I lose them, or one ear will go out, or I'll accidentally wash them. You know, just talking about in earbuds, you know, Bluetooth earbuds. But they're the only ones I really like, so I bought like 5 of them. So,
Yeah.
and then, there are expensive ones, but and that's why I can't buy expensive ones because of that.
So I have my travel pair, like actual ear pods from like the iPhone ones,
Uh-huh.
and those are really good because they have like hearing aid type things that you can go on your phone and deaden things down or increase. That's kind of nice, but I just leave them in my travel backpack.
Yeah.
So
Yep. My cousin lost hearing in 1 year. I don't know what it's called. It's a weird name, but yeah, he had to buy those because of that
yeah.
for a while. Now he's got like an implant they put in.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
My wife always says I can't. I need hearing aids. I'm like, just speak up. Because when I listen to her talk with her friends, they're doing the same thing. They're like, what? What? Well, I'm like, see, it's not probably just me altogether. I mean, some of it's me. I get that, but before
Yeah.
suppressors,
With
man.
me,
Ugh.
with me, I'm not sure if it's I'm not hearing you or I'm not paying attention.
Yeah. Stations, 8 o'clock Central Time on Mark. Okay, we got 6 minutes till show time here, Corey.
Okay.
So just just getting some information from you. It's been a while since I talked with you. I might need to say when my last suppressor I got from you, I did the paperwork out of Dickinson.
Uh-huh.
Um, I don't. Some people tell me if I order another suppressor, I just have to put my number into some website. How do I find that number again? How do I find my account?
Oh, you probably didn't make an account.
Okay.
You have to make one. It's an eForms account.
Okay.
If you haven't done it since January of 22, then you probably don't have an eForms account yet. You just have to make one.
I can't remember when I bought that suppressor from you. It's probably been that long, I bet.
Oh, it's longer.
Okay.
We didn't
Okay.
eForms it then.
Good
I don't
enough
think.
then. Good. Okay, I need another one now.
Oh,
I'm trying
sure.
I need something more caliber specific. Um, Actually, probably I need two of them, but we'll get into talking about that and all that good
Sure.
stuff. But I need like a 22-250 caliber specific one and 6.5 specific. I just my 30 can works good on everything, but it's still a little barky on my 22-250.
That's so weird. So, like I said, I've had other guys say it is way quieter on my 22-250 than the 223 can.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's so weird. I don't know.
Well, we'll talk about that then too, because you can explain.
It's so weird because I had a guy say, "Well, why'd you sell me this 5.56? My Magnum's way quieter on that than my 5.56 can." I'm like, "No, I bet if I could pull the meters out, it's not."
Weird. Yeah, I just I'm thinking about putting my 22-250, set it up with my new thermal scope, and but I put it away shooting it during the daytime because of that reason. I was compared to my 6.5, it seemed like more coyotes were more, hearing that more. There wasn't the same reaction on the coyotes as what I get out of my 6.5 and being suppressed. So I thought, well, maybe it's just a little bit more louder than I wanted to, but
That's weird.
Yeah, we'll get into discussing all that, I guess.
How long's the barrel on it?
24.
24.
Yeah, it's a long barrel.
And it's just a bolt gun?
Yep.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That should not be the case.
Maybe it's just me then.
No, I don't know. It shouldn't, and it's so weird. Like I think I mentioned that before. I had two guys north of the wall that are neighbors, and one of them, they both have a Magnum and they both have a 5.56, and one of them swears the Magnum's quieter on his 223, and the other one swears the 5.56 was quieter on his 223.
Yeah.
I'm like, you guys need to talk to each other because they called me within weeks of each other.
Guy. Honestly, the only way to do it is run it through a decibel, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and at that point, what does it matter? I mean, if you're actually hearing it, then yeah, sure, we can try getting a more specific one. But
yeah, okay.
But if you have to run it to the meter to tell the difference, then it doesn't matter.
Right.
If there's something that close,
right.
But we could run.
Like I said, it could just be me too, and maybe that's what it is.
It's weird. It's something I haven't. I mean, I guess I've heard it both ways, but I have never experienced it. I've shot them a lot of times on smaller calibers. Just just for demos and stuff. And,
Right. Well, we'll
but,
talk about it. We'll just giving you a heads up, though. I might have to swing down and get a.
well,
It'd be nice to have at least 2 more suppressors, so I won't have to keep taking one off and moving it around.
but we'll have to transfer it to a North Dakota dealer.
Yep, I know.
Yeah.
I know. I just rather do business with somebody I know.
Sure. And right now, well, we'll talk about it when we get on. So there's lots.
Yeah, there's plenty going on. I know I got all kinds of stuff. We got some good day to travel to Fort Pierre, and I don't know about it. Hopefully it is. I don't know what you guys did. You get any snow out of this last night down in the hills?
Yeah, a little bit.
Did you?
Looks like. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, we got nothing but rain for a few days this week, and then it just iced up everything on the gravel roads, or worse than the highways. And that is rare that ever happens. But
I just need it to get nice enough by Tuesday.
what's you traveling?
The 4-wheel drive went out in my pickup, and I'm scheduled Tuesday to take it in, and I can't get there if it's not nice.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right out of my house, I got to climb a hill.
Oh, okay. We are about 45 seconds away. I'm going to turn you down, and you'll hear the intro. Stand by. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Saturday edition of Dakota Prairie Outdoors. Good to have you along here this morning on I'd like to say a really beautiful morning, but, if we're on the right side of the dirt, I guess we can say that here. A little bit of snow and blowing snow here overnight here in the Badlands, and we're looking at by Sunday, Monday of next week being in the 40s again, so it should be melting pretty good. Well, it's time to get some information about suppressors with our friend Cory from Lane LLC out of Rapid City, South Dakota. Good morning, Cory. How you doing?
Great.
I almost called you Lane.
Yeah.
How many people?
That happens a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how many people call you Lane thinking that's your name?
Well, it's my middle name, so
there you go.
Not too bad, but.
Well, how the heck are things down in the Black Hills of South Dakota?
Oh, pretty much the same as they've always been. Yeah. They getting a little snow finally, and hills can get a little nasty.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited for the snow, and the reason is like this morning, there's so many coyote tournaments going on right now, and this morning would be a perfect time to go out because kind of ugly weather yesterday, really, really cold, but this morning it's calm and there's a coating of snow across the hills here, and it would be a great morning to kind of call in some coyotes. But we're here to talk suppressors, my friend. On your website, you can follow along at laneproducts.com or just type in Lane LLC and it'll come up. You can Google search that and it'll come right up. And how many years have you been in business there, Cory?
Well, we've been in business since 2007. But we were making rotary gun racks, a few other products. We started making suppressors in 2011.
Okay. 2011 to 2026 coming around the corner, and we have some big news coming up, don't we? Starting the first of the year, don't we? I mean, that should be, I would say, I think a lot of people are excited about it.
Yeah. I mean, you don't know where it's going to go, but it's a little bit scary.
No, what we're talking about is they're looking at taking away the tax stamp, right?
Well, no, it's done.
Oh, it is done. Okay, I thought it was going to be the first of the year. Oh.
Yes, it's done. It was in the big, beautiful bill. It went all back and forth. The tax stamp basically is still there. They just reduced it from $200 to $0.
I see.
And that goes into effect January.
Okay. That's what I got it mixed up with. I thought it started January. Okay.
And that's when it goes into effect. And the scary part is now they've moved it. Now when other people get into power, what's to stop them from raising it to 1,000, 2,000, 3,000?
Precisely. Yeah. But during the time, we can at least get away. I see. There shouldn't be a tax stamp on that.
Yes, I
I don't
agree.
see why that would be there anyway. However, it's no different than going in and buying a trigger guard or a sling or bipods or anything else. It's just an accessory to your rifle. Right? In my
Yep,
mind, I
I
don't know
agree.
about yours. How
Oh no, I agree.
did it make it busier for you? I mean, I know you were already busy making suppressors. Did this increase it quite a bit, or what's happening there?
Well, I mean, it's actually one of the slowest Octobers we've ever had, just because everyone's waiting
Ah,
for that $200 tax to reduce. Because right now it's still at $200.
I see.
But we're really busy right now because there's a lot of people that want to get it in and pay the $200 before that goes into effect, because there's a whole lot of things up in the air.
Like what?
Um, well, a couple things. Right now, the forms are coming back in between 2 and 6 days. Right now,
Really?
so if you
Oh,
submitted one today and paid the $200 tax, it'd be approved within 5 days. Most of them, a week at most. If you wait till January, you're going to be back into that month's range, just because
okay.
everybody's. Then the other thing is there's lawsuits. Um,
Shocker.
the
No, shocker.
well they've they've tried to sue the NSA before over suppressors, because they would call it a gun registry, which would make it unconstitutional.
Right.
Well, they've lost in court every time because they're saying you can't have a gun registry. That's not constitutional, and you're registering these suppressors, and you're the ones calling them firearms, but you're registering them, so that's a gun registry. Well, they've lost every time because they because the courts say that no, it's not a registry on the gun; it's a registry on the tax. We're keeping record of who paid the taxes. And so that's how they've won every time. Well, now that the taxes have gone from 200 to zero, then now what's it
Ah,
recording?
I see. Yes, and now it's going to be even more. I see what's going on.
So there's, and in the meantime, who knows what's going to happen? So there's just so much uncertainty that we're actually really busy right now. In October, people weren't worried about it, but normally we're busy October, November, December, January, February. That's just our busier time. That's when people are thinking about hunting,
Yeah.
shooting. Uh, this October was one of the slowest we've ever had, just because of this $200 tax coming up.
Yeah.
But now it's December, people are starting to research it, going, okay, it's going to change. What's going to happen? And they're researching it, and they're like, oh man, I think I want to do it now before
Right. I
the
can
shit
see
storm
that.
comes through.
Yeah, I can see that because do you get it in a week and pay the extra 200? I mean, it's almost like paying for same day shipping, right? How bad do you
Yep.
want it? How bad do you want
Yep.
it? Do you need it? Is it a right now thing or can you wait? But even waiting a month, I mean, remember, we used to have to wait I think the shortest one, the first two suppressors I got, I think I had to wait between 10 months to a year.
Yeah.
I mean, it used to be what was the longest one you remember?
14, 15 months.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was what the government shut down.
So now what did they do differently that it's turning around? It just because of that e-form?
Yeah. So with
Okay.
the e-forms, it's a lot more streamlined. It's all digitally done online. Um, yeah, like when we submit one, it's actually kind of nice for us, because, well, for our customers, I should say, because if somebody comes in and buys one, uh, we run the fingerprints, do the photo, all that, and it's all digitally saved. And so they can, after they've done one, they can just call us with a credit card, and we could submit another one without them having to come in.
Nice. Nice.
Because we have their signature and everything digitally saved, so they can say, I want to get another one. Okay, take it over the phone, get a credit card, and we'll submit another one.
The only difference is if you're not in South Dakota, you got to send it to an FFL Class 3 dealer outside in order to get it, right?
Correct. Well,
Yeah.
it just that it has to that form has to be done in your state.
Right. Right. So if a person moves from state to state, do you have to go and get it recertified or go through some
No,
different paperwork?
There's a form you're supposed to fill out and send in,
It
just to
is.
inform them that's moving to another state.
Okay. Just get it formed and filled out. I tell you, we got a lot of comments coming up here about the tax stamp here. Josh says they need to get rid of the tax stamp on suppression altogether. It's an accessory, not a firearm. It's useless without the firearm. But the way that you were explaining it about going to court and how they were registering it with the tax stamp, and now it's going to be a mess, man. Why does politics have to get involved in everything? Right? I mean, can't we just sit back and enjoy our First Amendment rights or Second Amendment rights, and first for that matter, and go out there and just have fun shooting and hunting? It's always those inner city people that mess it up for everybody, Cory.
Yeah.
And movies.
Yeah.
Because they think
That's
that
it.
they don't make any noise at all here. So we're up against our first break. I'm on with Cory Johnston. He's from Lane LLC Suppressors out of Rapid City, South Dakota. Questions, comments, I'm live chatting on my YouTube channel. You can also call in and join us that way as well. 1-888-9-DAKOTA is the number. We'll be back right after these messages. Cattle producers, the Schrieffer Red Angus timed online production sale is coming up on DV Auction on January 26th through the 31st, with 45 coming 2-year-old bulls, 5 registered bred heifers, and 100 commercial open replacement heifers. Free delivery available on all bulls. $100 sale credit to anybody who comes and views the bulls or the bred heifers in January prior to the sale. You can find more information at SchrieferRedAngus.com or DVAuction.com. The Schrieffer Red Angus timed online production sale only on DV Auction, January 26th to the 31st.
Agriculture is a community of hard work, passion, optimism for the future, and a commitment to the livestock and land. For over 80 years, Dakota Community Bank and Trust has been a leader in ag financing. Our local lending team knows the industry and the challenges, from droughts to winter blizzards. Stop by one of our branches today in your work boots or cowboy boots. You're always welcome.
Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
Equal housing lender.
The 21 Angus Ranch Top Cut Bull Sale is Saturday, January 31st, 1 p.m. Mountain Time at the ranch east of New England, North Dakota. Selling 200 Top Cut bulls from sires like Ellingson Badlands, Musgrave Stunner, Sitz Dignity, and KG Justified. And many of them are suitable for heifers. All bulls are Angus GS tested, solidifying accuracy and identity to 21 Angus genetics. Join the Wolf family on Saturday, January 31st at the ranch for the 32nd annual 21 Angus Top Cut Bull Sale. Bowman Livestock Marketing, serving the tri-state area for all of your livestock marketing needs. Eastern Montana, North Dakota, and South Dakota. You can be sure of great care for your cattle and top price at sale time. Call Austin Snook at 307-290-2161. That's 307-290-2161 for more information or just to talk cattle markets. You can also find them on Facebook and go to their website, BowmanLivestockMarketing.com. Pfeiffer's Auction and Real Estate invite you to the next round of sales coming up 160 acres in Burke County on December 17, 303 acres in Stutzman County on December 18. The live online secured lender equipment sale in Devil's Lake is going to be on December 22nd, and over 1,174 acres in Benson County, January 21st. For more information and to bid with confidence, go to Pfeifers.com. MoPro Guide Service, the best on Lake Oahe. Brent and his staff will give you the most enjoyable fishing experience, always having the latest in electronics, gear, and the most comfortable Lund boat on the water. Fish with somebody who lives in Mobridge, South Dakota, the heart of Lake Oahe. If you need a place to stay, the Mo Rest Motel has newly updated rooms with free internet, a family-owned and operated business. Go to OaheWalleyes.com. That's OAHE Walleyes.com for the best fishing experience Lake Oahe has to offer. Bowman Livestock Marketing invites you to the Tri-State Holiday Bread Special Cow and Heifer Sale Monday, December 15th, featuring great consigners like Adam Warner, 90 Black Coming 3s, originating off the Denny Price Ranch, who consistently has calves weigh 650 to 700 pounds in early October every year. No brands, gentle, and cake broke. Ed Matrak has an age dispersion of 100 head, coming 6-year-olds to short terms. Monty Snook, age dispersion as well, bred to really high dollar bulls, 2 coming 3s, bred Angus, and a great set of F1 cows. Bill Cercone has 40 coming 8s, bred to calve April 15th for 45 days. Jesperson's 1-day calving period on 160 head of heifers. AI to True North, they're going to calve March 15th for 1 day. Richard Angus bringing in 150 head of mixed-age cows from Purebred Outfit. Dale and Jess Eng will have 50 bred Corientes. These will be bred to Jorgensen Black Angus to calve April 15th. Craigel's will have 34 bred cows, bred black as well. For a full list of consigners, go to their Facebook page or website, BowmanLivestockMarketing.com. We'll see you for the Tri-State Holiday Bread Special, Monday, December 15th, Bowman, North Dakota. Western Frontier Insurance, agents that understand you, your needs, and the community. Whether you're looking for coverage on your farm, ranch, home, or auto, you can trust that Western Frontier Insurance will find you a combination of price and coverage that works for you. No fancy jingles, no talking boxes or talking animals, just good neighbors helping to keep you covered with price in mind. Western Frontier Insurance. Offices in Hazen, Washburn, Wilton, Bowman, and Hettinger.
On that road, but don't you worry, one day I'll settle down. And when that time comes, I hope you're still around. I hope you're still around. I hope you're still around.
Welcome back, everybody, to Dakota Prairie Outdoors on a Saturday morning here across the Dakota Territory on great radio stations like KGFX out of Pierre, KOLY, Mobridge, K-Fire, 550, Bismarck, Mandan, KCJB and Minot and Western Edge, KLTC and 106.9. Good to have you guys along here today and tuned in. Talking with Cory Johnston from Lane LLC, suppressors and guns in Rapid City, South Dakota. And we got things kind of organized here. So the tax stamp is going away starting next year, and but the turnaround time might take a little bit longer. Now, another thing that we've always discussed is which way to put your suppressor in. And you say a trust is the best way. I think that's the easiest way, because if something happens to one of you, then the other person is at least mentioned on the trust, so they can keep it without having to redo paperwork. Is that still going to be the situation?
That's I would always put it on a trust, like for us and most of our dealers. I mean, they offer a trust for free.
Yeah.
We build our customers, if they buy from us, we build them a trust for free. It just makes it so much more flexible, because anytime you can add, remove people, you can change it. You can, even if a buddy says, "Hey, I want to borrow that for the weekend," do a quick amendment, add them onto your trust, give them a copy, and you can take it for the weekend.
What if you have a suppressor that wasn't on a trust and you want to put that suppressor on a trust? Can you do that down the road 10 years later, or what?
So yes, until January, though, it'd be another $200 tax.
Okay. So wait until after January to do that, but you can do that.
You can, but it's still, you have to do the fingerprints again and the photo and submit the form just the exact same way as you would transferring it from somebody else.
But you can keep it. It's not like you have a waiting period before you can use that one again.
Correct. It'd be a waiting period before you could give it to anybody on the trust.
Right.
Okay. Because actually the trust owns the suppressor. Yeah. You're just the grantor of that trust, and you have the power to add and remove whoever you want.
Okay. So a couple of comments come in here. One is should be hunting coyotes in the Randy Rohde tournament, but didn't get out to it. And $0 tax stamp is nothing more than an illegal registry. And then they follow up with this question for you. Any idea what's going on with Governor Roden announcing South Dakota bill to deregulate suppressors within the state? Texas has tried it with no available right now, but what have you heard with Governor Roden?
Well, I'm not going to say 100% sure, but I think it's mostly politics, because already in South Dakota, you can build a suppressor. If it's made completely in South Dakota and it says made in South Dakota, you can make it yourself. It's on our Title 3537, South Dakota. They say you can make any firearm, any accessory, including a suppressor, if you want.
For your personal use?
Correct. Well, I think as long as it doesn't leave the state, it can never leave the state.
Okay.
Let me look at this.
Is that? I mean, that doesn't mean like I can pull up a fuel filter and shoot a hole through it and call it a suppressor and use it legally, does it? Or what?
Because not unless it was completely manufactured in South Dakota. It has to be completely manufactured in South Dakota. So if the filter was made in another state, no.
I see.
So there is Codified Law 3735. That's what it's called. And if you read into that, I mean, it's already kind of there. And I've even had customers call me and say, "Well, hey, you can make it and give it to me as long as they'll leave South Dakota and you listed as South Dakota." Well, I can't because I'm federally firearms licensed.
Okay.
I have to be able to sell in other states, and if they take my federal firearms license, then,
right. So you're telling me I could go to a Piper's auction sale and buy a milling machine or a CNC machine or whatever, and I could build the pieces. It might not be as good a tolerance as anybody, but if I lived in South Dakota, bought everything, all the steel and everything I wanted to make it out of whatever, I could use that without any paperwork around the state of South Dakota.
According to that Codified Law 3735, you could. The problem is that's a state.
Right.
What's to stop the feds from saying you broke federal law?
Well, state law should overrun federal law.
Yeah, I know, but it's I guess Colorado gets away with it with marijuana and stuff. So
that's true. Yeah, but
that's a federal law too.
That's a federal law too. Yeah, I'll be darned. So there you go, South Dakota, for you folks. Now it's a lot of work, but I'd rather buy one from Cory than make my own. But
yeah. I don't want anybody to build them and get in trouble off of my word. Right, look it up yourself.
Yeah.
Look up South Dakota Codified Law 3735.
Yeah. We're just saying that's according to what Governor Roden is looking at. Is that the reason? Is because the state has that law?
Well, yeah. Well, no. Roden is claiming he's going to make it so that you can do it in South Dakota, but you already can. So I don't. So it feels like it's just political to me.
I see. Okay. Well, let's ask this question: is he running for? Is he going to go for another 4 years?
I have no idea.
That's probably. I was going to say maybe it's early politicking. Maybe it's early.
It's a little early, and it's for me. I'm not so good at looking at the local as I am the federal.
Yeah. Well, Governor Roden, if you're listening, I'd love to have you on the program because Christy never came on. Met her a few times, and she said, "Yes, talk to my people," and I talked to her people, and she never did come on the program. So there you go. If you're listening, Governor, come on the program one day.
And maybe there's something added that he's trying to put in, but I just don't know where that's going yet. I don't know what and I will say I haven't researched it a lot, but what he's claiming to do. So
yeah. So I could, excuse me, I could see some people like there's some good old shop machinists out there. They fix their own balers and make parts and everything. I get that. When I was growing up, the neighbor had a machine and a turning lathe and everything. So, some people could possibly do this, but I could see how that could get a little bit fishy. My neighbor making a couple of them, and we're using them here in the state, and then all of a sudden you see one go outside of the state, and so and so, my buddy down in Texas wants one, and there's no harm in giving him one. Yeah. I could see how that could go down a rabbit hole in a hurry.
Yeah. So. Yep. And then now the guy who machined it's in trouble.
Yeah. Exactly. So, well, the mayor of Mobridge says that there's 4 Republicans running for governor's office now. So there you go. There you have it. Cory, you can put your name in for it too because you're not busy enough the way it is, are you?
Nope, I'm out. Nope.
You're announcing not running. Well,
not running.
So earlier, before we went on to the radio side of things, I had a question about. Or hold on, Brian says the article I read on Roden's plan looked like an empty story. Is one of the comments here. So anyway, before we started, I got all kinds of texts. Yes, Larry's running for governor again. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. So I told you before we went on the air side of things that I was looking at a caliber specific can for my 22-250 and possibly for my 6.5 because I have one of your 30 caliber cans right now, the Magnum, and I run that on everything I use. I take it off, put it on my 28 Nosler to my 6.5 all the way down to my 2.23. But I told you, I said, I think on my 22-250, I said it still to me had a little bit of a bark on it. And you were like, well, you're hearing from both sides. Some people say a 22 can yes, it's quieter, or 30 caliber is quieter. And then we get the comment here. It says a sound at the ear and downrange can be different from can to can. And I asked you, do you specifically go downrange and test your stuff and actually listen to see what yours sounds like? And you said you do. Now, I mean, take us through. I mean, we only got 60 seconds here, but take us through some of the. We can discuss this on the second half because I don't want to get into a conversation that you can't finish and I got to cut you off. Okay,
Sure.
but it's true though. I mean, can to can sound different, and specifically, you test yours thoroughly against a lot of other people's cans. And right now, where would you say you guys rank in quietness?
Oh, it's sound rise isn't pushed against anybody. We meter. Here's the thing: most of them are down to the sonic crack being lost part of the system. They'll sound a little different because you've got a little undertone noise, that goes along with it that you can hear, but it's below the decibel that the sonic crack's generating.
Okay. Well, let's hold it right there. We'll cover this on the second half here. Okay, Cory, so stay with me here. Lane Suppressors and Silencers and Guns here at Lane LLC. If you want to follow along online, it's Talking with Cory. We'll be back more talking suppressors right after this. Cattle producers, the Schrieffer Red Angus timed online production sale is coming up on DV Auction on January 26th through the 31st, with 45 coming 2-year-old bulls, 5 registered bred heifers, and 100 commercial open replacement heifers. Free delivery available on all bulls. $100 sale credit to anybody who comes and views the bulls or the bred heifers in January prior to the sale. You can find more information at SchrieferRedAngus.com or DVAuction.com. The Schrieffer Red Angus timed online production sale only on DV Auction, January 26th to the 31st.
Agriculture is a community of hard work, passion, optimism for the future, and a commitment to the livestock and land. For over 80 years, Dakota Community Bank and Trust has been a leader in ag financing. Our local lending team knows the industry and the challenges, from droughts to winter blizzards. Stop by one of our branches today in your work boots or cowboy boots. You're always welcome.
Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
Equal housing lender.
The 21 Angus Ranch Top Cut Bull Sale is Saturday, January 31st, 1 p.m. Mountain Time at the ranch east of New England, North Dakota. Selling 200 Top Cut bulls from sires like Ellingson Badlands, Musgrave Stunner, Sitz Dignity, and KG Justified. And many of them are suitable for heifers. All bulls are Angus GS tested, solidifying accuracy and identity to 21 Angus genetics. Join the Wolf family on Saturday, January 31st at the ranch for the 32nd annual 21 Angus Top Cut Bull Sale. Bowman Livestock Marketing, serving the tri-state area for all of your livestock marketing needs. Eastern Montana, North Dakota, and South Dakota. You can be sure of great care for your cattle and top price at sale time. Call Austin Snook at 307-290-2161. That's 307-290-2161 for more information or just to talk cattle markets. You can also find them on Facebook and go to their website, bowmanlivestockmarketing.com. Pfeiffer's Auction and Real Estate invite you to the next round of sales coming up 160 acres in Burke County on December 17, 303 acres in Stutzman County on December 18. The live online secured lender equipment sale in Devil's Lake is going to be on December 22nd, and over 1,174 acres in Benson County, January 21st. For more information and to bid with confidence, go to Pfeifers.com. MoPro Guide Service, the best on Lake Oahe. Brent and his staff will give you the most enjoyable fishing experience, always having the latest in electronics, gear, and the most comfortable Lund boat on the water. Fish with somebody who lives in Mobridge, South Dakota, the heart of Lake Oahe. If you need a place to stay, the Mo Rest Motel has newly updated rooms with free internet, a family-owned and operated business. Go to OaheWalleyes.com. That's OAHE Walleyes.com for the best fishing experience Lake Oahe has to offer. Bowman Livestock Marketing invites you to the Tri-State Holiday Bread Special Cow and Heifer Sale Monday, December 15th, featuring great consigners like Adam Warner, 90 black coming threes, originating off the Denny Price Ranch, who consistently has calves weigh 650 to 700 pounds in early October every year. No brands, gentle, and cake broke. Ed Matrak has an age dispersion of 100 head, coming 6-year-olds to short terms. Monty Snook, age dispersion as well, bred to really high dollar bulls, 2 coming 3s, bred Angus, and a great set of F1 cows. Bill Cercone has 40 coming 8s, bred to calve April 15th for 45 days. Jesperson's 1-day calving period on 160 head of heifers. AI to True North, they're going to calve March 15th for 1 day. Richard Angus bringing in 150 head of mixed-age cows from Purebred Outfit. Dale and Jess Eng will have 50 bred Coriantes. These will be bred to Jorgensen Black Angus to calve April 15th. Kragels will have 34 bred cows, bred black as well. For a full list of consigners, go to their Facebook page or website, BowmanLivestockMarketing.com. We'll see you for the Tri-State Holiday Bread Special, Monday, December 15th, Bowman, North Dakota. Western Frontier Insurance. Agents that understand you, your needs, and the community. Whether you're looking for coverage on your farm, ranch, home, or auto, you can trust that Western Frontier Insurance will find you a combination of price and coverage that works for you. No fancy jingles, no talking boxes or talking animals. Just good neighbors helping to keep you covered with price in mind. Western Frontier Insurance. Offices in Hazen, Washburn, Wilton, Bowman, and Hettinger.
On that road, but don't you worry, one day I'll settle down. And when that time comes, I hope you're still around. I hope you're still around.
Welcome back, everybody. Good to have you along on a Saturday morning on Dakota Prairie Outdoors. Yeah, big thanks to all the stations out there that over 20 years now have been going at this here, and I appreciate you very much, so thank you. Cory is from Lane LLC out of Rapid City, South Dakota. Suppressor since 2011, been building a lot of parts before that. And also do guns. We'll get into your rifles as well here, but are you still located in the same place in Rapid?
Yes, as
west edge of town out there?
Yeah, on Sturgis Road.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
I didn't know if maybe you build a big warehouse and call it a world headquarters like you see on TV all the time here.
Yeah.
I got a text before we get into talking suppressor and decibels and everything again. What codified law was that again, please? Somebody texted me and wants to look that up a little bit.
It's 37-35. If you just search South Dakota codified law 37-35, you'll find it.
Okay.
It's firearm accessories and ammunition.
Yeah. And again, do your own research, everybody. Don't take our word for it. Okay. That's our disclaimer on that. Now, suppressors, decibels, and, it's just, I really don't even care to be around anybody that does not use a suppressor. 2 years ago, I took somebody elk hunting and I wasn't paying attention. I had my phone and I was like, oh, this is going to make a great video for them. They're once in a lifetime tag and all that. Didn't pay attention, Cory. And when that trigger was pulled, I dropped my phone. I couldn't continue on videoing. When you're not used to it, it is super, super loud. And, it seems like you can only, how quiet can you get these things?
Well, the most you can do is get them down to the sonic crack of the bullet, breaking speed of sound. If you're running subsonic, now you're down, you can get it down like our little rimfires. On a bolt gun rimfire running standard velocity or subsonic ammunition, we get it down to 110 decibels, which is like just barely a hand clap, just like nothing. And that's basically the firing pin going thunk, and there's still some noise from the bullet cut in the air. And you can hear that a lot in the wintertime because the air is more dense. You can hear that bullet, cracking through the air. Even though it's subsonic, you can still hear it swooshing through the air, just like if you, just like you can hear a baseball whiz by,
Yeah.
But that's pretty much the best you can do is if you're going supersonic is the sonic crack of the bullet breaking the speed of sound.
So what's new at Lane LLC? How do you sit there and, we have an idea and we're not going to share that idea that I had on a suppressor until you make one. And then we're going to say how cool it is. But what do you do during the day to try to say, what am I going to do different and introduce new products? What do you have?
Well, right now, I guess our newest thing is that we have the M series, our modular suppressor. There's other modulars out there, but they do it a little different. Other modulars, they usually add a few baffles at the end to try to make it quieter. But if you're down to the sonic crack, it's not going to gain you anything. What we've done is our extension or our added modulation increases the initial blast baffle volume. So what that does is we have it. You can run in a short configuration, and you can run up to a 45 grain powder charge. So like if you get the 30 cal one, you can go 308, 762 by 39, 300 blackout in the short and have a more compact one. Run the extension on, increase that blast baffle volume, and then you can run 300 Win Mag, 300 Remington Ultra Mag, and you add another 2 inches to it, but you can run that bigger stuff. In the 6.5, you can go 6.5 Creedmoor in the short, and then run that extension, and you can go 26 Nosler, 260 Weatherby, 6.5 PRC, 6.5 short action Ultra Mag. So it just gives you the ability to have one can that doesn't have to be that long all the time.
So I'm looking at it right here. If you go under products and tap on more specific on the M series, you have configurations right on your website here, and that's a nice little addition here. What brought this idea on, Cory?
Well, so many people when the 6.5s got so hot and heavy, so many people had a Creedmoor and a PRC. Like I want that 6.5 because I want to use it on my Creedmoor and on my PRC. I'm like, well, you can't use that on your PRC. And
if it's 6.5 specific.
Well, it can only handle a powder charge just the 6.5 suppressor. The regular 6.5 suppressor can only handle a 45 grain powder charge until you start getting heavy bolt lift, case pressure issues with the platform, trying to expand too much gas in too small of a volume.
Gotcha. And
so I came up with that because I wanted to cover those guys and they didn't have to buy a King and a 6.5 or a Magnum and a 6.5 for those situations. And then like the 5.56 one is that's pretty niche because you're looking at the 240 Weatherbys and stuff would be the only reason you would need the 5.56 in the modular,
right, to put that extension on there. I see. Yeah.
But I can say too, if people buy that because like, well, I want it as quiet as possible. I'm like, well, you're not gonna get lower than sonic crack. If you think you're gonna gain anything, that the M556 in the long configuration on a 6mm or a 5.56 caliber, you're not gonna ever get any quieter than that. So you can you can be safe and knowing that as quiet as you're possibly going to get because you've got an 8.5 inch can on a 223. There's no more.
Yeah. And I like how you have it on your website here. You show people the max powder charge that you can use in these and the short and long configurations. I think that's a great addition on your website because, you got so many of these people that load their own and they know exactly what they're using. And now they can kind of have an understanding of there's my limitations on these. Yep. So I like that. I like that very much. Now, do you still recommend?
Does get me in trouble.
What's that?
Does get me in trouble. Does get me in trouble sometimes because the guys that don't reload look at bullet weight.
Oh, they think it's grains instead of powder charge. Or I see what you're saying. Okay. So if you have one of your suppressors, can you buy just the extension or is that a total different configuration?
It's a different configuration. Okay. If you had one of our brake attach suppressors, then you could. But those are pretty uncommon.
Yeah.
For somebody to order it specifically in brake attach. But if you ordered a brake attach 6.5 or brake attach 5.56 and then decided you wanted to add the extension later, you could.
Okay. What's the biggest one have you made? Have you made anything for 50 BMG or 338 Lapua or anything? I mean,
no. Well, the Magnum can run up to 338 Lapua.
It can. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's like the modular 30 in the long configuration in the Magnum. We metered them. They meter identical. We metered them on a 300 PRC. They meter the exact same.
Okay.
The only thing you gain with a Magnum is you can go up to the 338 bullet.
Okay. Now, when it comes to being a You know, a lot of other people that make suppressors, plenty of other companies. And I think last time I had you on, you know, if they did away with this tax stamp or done away with having to register or do all the paperwork, how many of these gun manufacturing companies do you think would start making their own suppressors?
Oh, everybody would.
Everybody? Yeah.
Oh yeah. So if it was completely off the NFA list, or if it was even like in Africa where they're not regulated at all, you can buy them at a hardware store. That gets tough because a lot of guys, they buy those ones in Africa, they're not very good. But who cares? They're $50 or $60.
Really?
So you'd get a lot of that. A lot of cheap stamped out Chinese baffles imported in, put together, and thrown out. And people wouldn't care if you make an $80 suppressor if they got to throw it away in 2 years. So that would hurt us because we can't do that.
No.
We can't make cheap stuff like that. We
we
don't really have the ability.
Who would want to put their name on it like that?
Yeah.
What is a suppressor costing nowadays? What's the average cost between say, let's go from a 223 up to a Magnum? What is the average cost of these figuring out?
Well, after the tax is gone, you're going anywhere from $450 to $950.
Okay. Yeah, minus that $200 tax stamp, that helps quite a bit.
Yeah. Yep. And it's crazy because we're busy now, and we've got guys will come in and they'll say, "Why would you not do it now? They're coming in 5 days. Why would you not? That's stupid to try to wait and get that tax stamp off and wait another 6-7 months."
Right.
And the other guys are coming in, "Why would I do it now and pay the $200?" So,
I know. I'm with you on that. Like I said, it's all about I want it right now type of situation. But with this new M series configuration, I like it. I think that's a great idea to be able to put that extension on. You don't lose any accuracy, or do you have to recite anything? Say you did it with on your 223, and you did it without this the extension, and then you're like, you know what, I want that a little extra quietness. I'm going to put that extension in. Do you have to zero your rifle back in? Does it make a little bit of difference?
It would make a little bit, yeah. I guess I've never tested that.
Yeah.
To be honest, I never.
Well, with anything that you put on the end of your barrel, you're switching the harmonics of it a little bit, right? So,
correct.
Close range, it probably isn't going to matter a whole lot, but long range, it will. Speaking of that, how many, you still into the shooting competitions? You've been doing a lot of that?
Yep. I did 6 or 7 of them this last year.
Okay.
Yep.
How you doing?
Oh, I've been hit and miss.
What type of competitions? I should ask that first.
Well, they're PRS style. I usually do 1 or 2 actual PRS matches, but they're usually going to be about half prone, half positional stuff, and from anywhere from 200 to 1,300 yards.
Okay.
Stages.
So far, you said hit and miss, but you hit sometimes. I guess that's a good thing. Where do you all travel for these? Are they local, or do you have to go around?
I don't travel as far as a lot of guys. A lot of guys are travel all over. I stick more in the area. I usually go to there's one in Martin, South Dakota. There's one in Rapid every year. I try to definitely hit the local ones. There's usually 2 or 3 in Pierre, one in Phillip. So there's actually getting to be more of them all the time. I'll go to Nebraska and Wyoming, but I don't go much farther than that.
Okay. Well, the mayor of Mobridge he's a lever action gun competition guy, and he just messaged. He says, "What's a good caliber for those style of matches? What do you use?"
So depends on the match. If it's standard 1,300 yards in, most guys, almost everyone's running 6s or 6.5s because that limits your recoil, and they've got good BC bullets for them. I use a 6XC for the closer in stuff, or for matches that require a lot of positional because it's a little bit more compact and lighter. I use a 6XC, but most guys are running like 6 GTs, 6 BRs, 6 Dashers, smaller 6 rounds. And then on the mile match we do, and so the longer range stuff, I use my 6.5 short action ultra mag.
Okay.
And I run the M65 on that, and it works really good.
So what are other people using? What are some of the larger calibers that people use on those competitions?
Well, they're getting into this ELR that's like it's like 1,800 yards is the minimum, 18 to 2,400. And then that's where they're getting into like the shy tacks and the real big stuff.
Yeah.
The 338 shy tacks. And
What's the smallest caliber that is used on those type of competitions? I mean, especially when you're looking at ballistic coefficient.
sixes.
That is okay.
You know,
that is
yeah, we've had a few guys try to run some 5.56 and 2.23s, and it's rough on the wind.
Yeah.
but sixes, six dashers, six BRs, they're little itty bitty cases, and it's frustrating because every once in a while there'll be one that's mostly prone, so I'll bring my SOM, and I get beat up. I get beat up with my SOM by a little six dasher.
Well, the mayor says they moved a long way from the 38-55 Winchester.
Yeah.
So you still make some guns too? You still building some rifles?
Well, we don't build them here, or at the shop or anything. All the ones at my shop are just personal ones for matches.
I see. You do your own stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Any other products besides suppressors? Do you have any?
No.
Do you have any time to do anything else?
No.
Probably. Yeah.
Nope. And that's why my shooting's been more hit and miss. I just I can't go out and run like I used to.
Right.
You gotta keep up on it.
Here's a question that everybody has. Where do you find help? Can you find help? Good help. Can you find good help? Let's put it that way.
Luckily for me, I deal with lots of people every day. And if I need help, I just kind of put the word out.
Okay.
In the industry, I end up getting recommendations in the industry for somebody looking. Okay. I've never had to do, like what those job websites or anything. I've always been able to, and I get people coming in, especially it seems like this year a lot of people coming in asking if we're hiring and dropping resumes off. But I like to do word of mouth better. And once it kind of gets out, we're looking, then, the right people are contacting us. Right.
And I don't know if a person has to have a lot of machining experience because everything's so technological now.
Yeah, no, you don't. Most of the programs that we use are written already done. So it's more showing you how to measure and troubleshoot and keep the machines running.
Yeah. It's come a long way since I was working in a machine shop in Bowman, North Dakota with a turning lathe, a milling machine. And I could still go back and use one of those, but I'd have to be trained how to use the CNC machine nowadays. I mean, like you said, it's all about keeping it going. Well, but if people have questions or comments and they want to see some of your products, maybe even swing into the shop there in Rapid.
Absolutely.
How do they find you? What's the best information to get?
I don't know. Just if they go online, they can just pull up our address. I mean, with Google Maps now it's pretty easy. But we're on 4604 Sturgis Road, Rapid City.
Yeah. And they got your phone numbers right there on the bottom of the shop number and everything. If they want to give you a call and talk stuff, suppressors.
Absolutely.
Figure out.
We always recommend. We always recommend. Guys always call. They say, "What do I want for this?" Well, there's three options. What else are you shooting? And do you want one to run everything? Do you want one more specific, smaller, lighter? And I always recommend come in. Just come in and we'll show you all the different ones. You can even bring your rifle and slap them on and see what you think. And because everybody's needs are a little different.
Would be.
And I'd rather not sell one than sell the wrong one.
Exactly. Yeah. And it would be really, really neat if you would have a spot where you could actually shoot and test them. Right. Or do you do that? Do you meet people out at the range?
I used to. I'd have to get a group now because we're not huge, and so any one of us being gone kind of hurts.
Yeah. Well, I want to help you get huge, man. I want everybody in South Dakota, North Dakota, and surrounding states to buy suppressors through you.
I don't really want to be huge though.
Okay.
You get too big, and I was head of engineering for a company in Sioux Falls for 12 years. Yeah. And just going through all that, as the company grows, efficiency always goes down, and I just hate that.
You're at the size you like, and that's where it's going to stay, huh?
Well,
that's nice to. The question says, do you thread barrels too?
We don't at the
Okay.
shop because like I personally use Precision Armament in Sturgis. His name's Leo Chanel.
Mhm.
He charges $60 a gun.
60? Okay.
$60 a gun to thread them. I can't turn my machines down and do it for that.
Yeah.
And the other problem with it is with our FFL, when you work on a gun, then you have to log the guns in, work on them, log them back out. And with all the paperwork I already have to do with the suppressors, I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah. That's
So-
one thing. I love working on things, but paperwork is my nemesis.
Yeah.
Hate it.
Yep.
So,
Yep. And so I just usually send people to him, or there's a couple more guys in town that do it. It's just for that kind of money. In fact, he chambers all my match guns and everything. So as long as there's an option available, we won't do it. Now, if everybody quit doing it and there's no other options, we would probably do it just to help our customers.
Right.
Well,
I tell you what, Cory, we're reaching the end of what we have here for the radio side. We can continue on the YouTube side on the after hour show, but thank you so much for making time here on a Saturday morning. Appreciate you.
No problem.
All right. Stick with it a little bit here. I'm going to turn you down. Stations, thank you so much for what you do for the community and the AM side and FM side of radio. And listeners, thank you for tuning in on another Dakota Prairie Outdoors. Make sure you eat some meat, drink some milk, wear fur, wear wool, and support those agricultural farmers and ranchers out there keeping those animals alive. Have yourself a good weekend. All right, stations, thank you guys. Cory, thanks again, man. Let's see if there's any other questions that we missed here. I don't think on the YouTube side there's just comments on what we've been saying here. And my phone looks like we're clear on that too. So, but yeah, I appreciate it. It's always nice to get somebody to come in here and give an update on that. I was wondering what Roden was doing. I seen a couple articles. I didn't get a chance to read them through at all, but
I didn't dig as much as I should have to even respond to it, but yeah,
you knew kind of what the basics was of it though. Yeah. So, but
so for your personal ones,
yeah,
that modular 6.5 might kind of be the.
I'm looking at that. Yeah, I think that's what I want. How do I go? Do I have to find the FFL guy in Dickinson to do it for me to order it, or can I order it from you right now and say, let's get it going?
I think did you order it directly from us last time? I think you did.
I did. Yeah, and you just had to send it up there. That's all. Yeah.
Well, if you just want to give us a call on Monday, I can't get into any of the stuff to lit, but we can.
I tell you what. I have. What is your working hours the very last week of December going into New Year's? Are you going to be in the shop at all?
Yeah.
Because I'll be down. Yeah. I'm going to be down at our place in Lead that whole week. So we got. We're only taking
off the 25th and 26th. Oh, and I forgot to mention to your customers too, or your listeners. I forgot to mention the eForm system is shutting down on the 26th and won't be open until January.
Oh.
So you can't submit between the 26th and January.
Okay. But if you're going to be around like 29th, 30th, my wife has a friend coming in from Nashville and they're going to go do massages. So I can swing. I can just swing over there and just put the order in with you right there.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
That sounds good. I'll do that. Awesome, man. Well, I'll let you go. I'm going to go out and do a little bit of feeding, and then I have a benefit charity auction I'm doing here this evening for Dickinson State University tonight. So,
sounds good.
Waylon Turnus, what's his info? I'd like to talk to him about getting a suppressor for my 17. Waylon, go to laneproducts.com, lane-products.com, and everything is there. And if you scroll to the bottom of the page, all his contact information is right there. So that's the easiest way. And if you can't find it, I'll text it to you as well. So, but anyway, Cory, you have a good one. Thanks again, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Sounds good.
All right, catch you later.
Thank you.
You bet.
Bye.
YouTubers, thanks, Waylon. Appreciate that. Josh, thank you. Appreciate you. I'll tell you this right now, guys. He's off. Yeah, probably one of the best guys I've worked for, and there's another company out of South Dakota that's not doing some good things for the gun industry right now. Big name. had to switch the name of what they're selling because they got in some big trouble. Don't use those guys. This guy's he's legit, man. So it's Lane LLC. If you just Google Lane LANE LLC, it'll come up there right away. Have yourself a good day, everybody. Stay warmer. It is chilly. I'm gonna go and warm my damn feet up.